Going on YouTube, it's giving you an update on my Cobalt Aquatics UB40. Kind of want to talk to you guys about the algae issues I've been having. I had some Red Cyano bacteria, or red slime algae, whatever you want to call it. It's really bacteria, but it was growing in the bottom. I did little to, actually I didn't do anything in terms to manually taking it out. I have pictures and everything to kind of, but I want to show you this Chemi Clean for removal of cyanobacteria is the truth. You absolutely, this is a must-have. Even if you don't use it right away, get this. Keep it on, just keep it, put it away. If you ever need it, in 48 hours you're clean. I mean, it wasn't bad, but this whole area was kind of thick. Now it helps if you manually remove it. Had I manually removed it, it would have cleaned up everything. There was some after about 2 days, there's some trace, and there's some trace left of the algae. But I gotta tell you, within 24 hours, I saw a huge significant. It was like amazing. And in 48 hours, it was just about relatively, like a few pink spots here and there. I had some hair algae, so actually I manually removed a lot of stuff. So that's why rocks are back to looking really clean. But honestly, like, had I manually removed some, I wouldn't seen anything in terms of the red slime algae. It just ate it up. The one thing I do say, it says you need to put an air stone in there because I think it reduces the oxygen in the water. I didn't put an air stone in there. Took a chance I probably shouldn't have, but it worked out in my favor this time. Next time I should probably do a better job. But it drives the skimmer crazy. As you can see, the top of my my collection cup is off. I just want to show you what happens when I turn it on. I think it's just the combination of the medication, and it actually will basically overflow. But let me show you what happens to it. Now without the collection cup on there, it won't overflow. It'll just kind of build up a little bit. But with the collection cup, it shoots it right into the cup, and it just basically yeah, I don't know if you can see it bubbling to the top there. But when I had the collection cup, it was basically spilling up and filling up almost immediately. I have my Chemi Pure Clean in the tank right now. Hopefully it's removing some of the medication in the tank. So I've kind of been without the skimmer for the last few days, but I'm okay with that. I'm actually going to be doing another, I did about a 8-gallon water change on here, and I'm going to wait another couple of days and do another 8 gallons. But I'm still dealing with a little bit of algae. I'm looking in terms of media, in terms of nutrient control, something outside of the something other than the refugium, because this refugium, is nice as it is in this small area, it's literally, I think it's just too small for this tank. I think it's just not a good option. I'm not going away from it. I'm going to keep that, but I'm going to be adding some media reactors. So I'm looking at some options in terms of what I want to do, whether I want to run GFO or Fosguard, or even like a carbon or whatever, or carbon, a GFO mix. I know that's a big popular thing, or biopellets. 2 things I'm looking to do is, one, obviously reduce nitrates and to keep my nitrates low and keep my phosphates low. I have the protein skimmer does a pretty good job, but I just want something, because the refugium is just not enough to handle all that. I mean, in reality, whenever you have a refugium, it should be at least 20% of water volume, from my understanding. from what I understand, it's supposed to be at least 20% of your water volume of your display tank or something like that, to have a real impact on nutrient control. With the little area this small, it's just not viable. I'm not sure. It works well in my fluval. Perhaps it's the lighting. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can add some more lights along the bottom, along the side, and see if that helps. But right now, I'm looking to media reactors and seeing for me what my best options are. Right now, I have two. I know it's a little bit overkill, but I have two ozone UV sterilizers going. They're rated for smaller size than this tank, so between the two of them, they're covering this tank. But I honestly don't need both of them. I just have so much space back here, I can get away with that. Even if I were to add a media reactor, there's literally so much space back here. I could fit a media reactor in there, one of those smaller in ones, even a hang-on back, and still have enough room to keep both of them. That's how large this sump is. I know I've talked about it in my previous videos, but that's why I chose this tank. It gives me so many options of what I can do. But yeah, algae's better, under more control. I'm actually going to, again, I'm probably going to wait a few weeks again and then dose again with the reflux to remove any hair algae. I don't really want to have to use medications, but obviously my nutrient control is kind of out of whack right now. Tank is not stable, so I'm trying to get things stable, and I'm basically going to be doing some water changes on a weekly basis until I get things on there a bit more under control, and also at the same time looking to add a media reactor. Anyway, this is a quick update. I also now have a Instagram, same name, Fish Freak Phil. Look me up on there. I take a lot of pictures. I will be taking a lot of pictures, particularly when I go to LFS, my LFS around it, and just of the tanks. Anyway, do your research, try things out, see what happens. Later, y'all.